the development of an ambitious 3D Legend of Zelda game for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, SNES, is one of gaming's most intriguing what-ifs. Known as Zelda 3D or Zelda 64 in its early planning stages, this project was ultimately cancelled, but it laid the groundwork for later 3D Zelda games, especially The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Here's a timeline of what we know about the game's short development arc. 1992 to 1994, early plans and SNES 3D experimentation. 1992, with the success of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on the SNES, Nintendo starts exploring ideas for the franchise's future. At the time, many developers were considering ways to push the boundaries of SNES capabilities, including experimenting with 3D graphics on limited hardware. 1993, Nintendo partners with Argonaut Software, a UK-based company with experience in 3D technology, to develop the Super FX chip. This chip allows the SNES to render basic polygonal graphics, as seen in Star Fox, which was released that year. Inspired by the success of Star Fox, Nintendo considers using a similar approach to create a 3D Zelda game. 1994, Nintendo experiments with using the Super FX chip in a Zelda title. The idea is to create a more immersive, explorable Hyrule with a limited 3D environment, similar to what they accomplished with Star Fox. However, technical limitations and a lack of memory on the SNES prevent the game from taking full shape. 1995, shift to the Nintendo 64. Nintendo realizes that the SNES hardware, even with the Super FX chip, cannot support a fully realized 3D adventure game. At the same time, Nintendo is deep into the development of its next console, the Nintendo 64, then known as the Ultra 64, which promises much more powerful 3D capabilities. 1995, Nintendo formally decides to shift its focus from developing a 3D Zelda game on the SNES to creating one for the upcoming Nintendo 64. With this transition, the Zelda 3D project for the SNES is officially shelved. 1996 to 1998, development of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Elements and concepts from the cancelled SNES Zelda 3D project are carried over to Ocarina of Time, which begins development as one of the Nintendo 64's flagship titles. Ocarina of Time, released in 1998, integrates many of the ideas Nintendo originally explored for Zelda 3D, such as a more open world, a third-person perspective, and real-time combat. While the Zelda 3D project for the SNES never came to fruition, its influence lived on in Ocarina of Time, which redefined the action-adventure genre and became one of the most acclaimed games of all time. The SNES game remains a fascinating piece of gaming history that offers insight into Nintendo's early ambitions for 3D gameplay and the technological limitations they faced in the early 90s. 4.